Right now, we do have Ruth Epstein joining us from the Republican-American. Ruth joins us every Monday morning. You can find her stories, of course, online at rap-am.com or in the paper, actually, the actual newspaper that you hold in your hands. So let's bring in Ruth. Good morning, Ruth.
Good morning, Marshall. Hi, Joe.
Hi, I visited somebody the other day, and there was the papers just sitting in a big pile by the bed, which was great. You know, and they were, and I just thought, that is a way of getting news.
Yes, it is.
I like to hold it. I'm still the old-fashioned one.
All right. Now, I have to say, I drove through Salisbury on Sunday around noontime. And
you were able to
get through?
Not Salisbury. This is Lakeville on Sunday. Sunday's different than Saturday.
It's true.
It's much different. But the dog walk, there had to be 200 people easily.
No kidding.
I couldn't believe the amount of humanity I saw lined up at Community Field on Sunday.
What about doganity?
Wow.
It was amazing. But now, of course, on Saturday,
I heard it took, somebody said it took them 20 minutes to go through town.
I live up the road, which is right by Town Hall.
Mm-hmm.
I had to sit there for 8 minutes. But that's because when people come on Saturday, and I'm sorry, it's going to sound horrible, but people from the city park like they can park in the city. They think that there's double parking on Main Street. And it's crazy. It's nuts.
Oh, dear.
I mean, if you try to go in Le Bon's entry, which is one way in, there's a line of cars coming out. But I'll tell you what, it was a huge crowd that was there on Saturday.
Oh,
huge.
It was unbelievable. I did not go. I chose to go Friday and Sunday because I knew Saturday, and it's wonderful. It's great that people come, but it is, you can't be there if you're in a hurry to go somewhere.
Absolutely not. So.
But the weather was fabulous, and it really brings people to town, and it's all about what fall is like in New England.
No, I know why you went on Sunday. You wanted to go to Brewski Fest and hammer down a few brews.
Yeah, I was up there, and again, it was a beautiful day, and 48 breweries were represented, and the crowds were really good. And that backdrop of the ski jump is amazing. The whole atmosphere. So, but I did not imbibe, I will tell you. But great weekend and lots going on. It was wonderful.
All right.
Okay, so we had a fun COG meeting last week. We said goodbye to 3 of the members, including Bruce Adams from Kent, and there was a lot of humor and good-natured joking. So things will change there with Leo Paul from Litchfield and Mark Lyon from Washington and Bruce leaving. They had a very interesting talk about the Triple E virus, the mosquito, and the man from Torrington Area Health assured people that this area is not at risk. And by now, with the cooler weather, it certainly is eased off the problem. But it's a concern for people, and who knows what will happen next year. That's something to watch out for. So, and we'll see as we go forward. Looking ahead to this week, we have Cornwall Board of... We don't have anything today. Everybody's...
Just the Columbus Day book sale in Cornwall, that's all.
Right. I shouldn't say nothing. And we're Indigenous Day is whatever we're calling it. Tomorrow is the Cornwall Board of Selectmen, and we have on Thursday down here in Kent, the Women's Support Service Vigil, 6 o'clock at the Town Hall. That's the annual... tribute to victims of domestic violence, and always very touching, really unbelievable. Friday, Salisbury Forum, Douglas Schwartz from the Quinnipiac Poll will be the guest speaker, and this time it's at Housatonic. Always a good crowd, and always timely topics. That's amazing. I'm just amazed at the people they are able to get. So I'm sure that will be well attended. On Sunday, there's the Civic Life Project. Kids from Sharon Center School. It used to be the high school kids doing those films, documentary films. Well, now a group from Sharon Center School has done films on timely topics, and that they will be shown at the Hotchkiss Library at 4 o'clock, and the kids will be there to discuss their topics. There will also be an open house at the Cornwall Fire Department that day. between noon and 4 to show off. They've just done some renovations there, and they want the public to come and see it.
And also the Sharon Fire Department ambulance squad has the CPR and AED training, which that goes on this week. That is on October 16th, which is in 2 days. You have to pre-register by contacting Betsy Hall at 364-0663.
That's important. That's great.
Yeah, it's definitely a lifesaver.
Yes. Yes.
Now, the Sharon Inland Wetlands and Watercourse Commissions has a meeting on Tuesday, and there's a Board of Finance meeting October 15th in Salisbury as well. Mm-hmm. I'm looking through here very quickly just to see what else I have on the agenda.
Yeah, there's lots coming up.
Yeah, the Kent Conservation Commission meets, but there's a lot of other things going on in this area for people to do this weekend. The Cornwall Consolidated School has their walkathon on Friday.
Right. Yes, the whole school comes out, and the community comes out, and they do the start to their rate. Each class gets some money from for their class trip, starting even with kindergarten, and it's a real community event.
And the Little Guilds run and wag 5K on Saturday on the town green in Cornwall.
That's correct. Yes.
There'll be 500 people there.
Yeah.
The other one had
it'll be like Salisbury last Saturday.
Get there
Times
early.
3,
yeah. Right. There was an interesting forum on Friday night in Cornwall, in Wells Village. It was Friday night and another session on Saturday morning, called by the selectmen to look ahead at what folks want to see in their towns in the future. As we know, Cornwall, one of the smallest towns in the state, is trying to see how it can, move on into the future of what people want. There were about 75 people there, and they had all kinds of ideas. And Henry Todd, the first selectman, was in charge, and they had some interesting thoughts going out, and that's certainly going to continue. And I think it's something all towns in this area are going to be doing because, as we keep saying, we're getting older, the population is getting older, the young families aren't coming here. How do you attract them to keep your schools going, your volunteer services going, your jobs to help those who have big homes and need help? So I think this is just the start of many of these discussions.
Absolutely, and we want to recognize our good friends at the Sunday in the Country Food Drive. They had a busy weekend on Sunday, both over at the Day of Fun at Daisy Hill and raising funds at the Brewski Fest. And on Saturday at the Legion Post in Route 44 in Millerton, they're having their chicken and rib cooking contest. They'll sell them all between 2 and 4, but the best thing is to go there and watch the teams banter and have fun with one another during the day before
that.
What a
group!
So,
and we towns are all very fortunate to be the recipients of all those food baskets at the holidays, and just amazing.
All right. Well, Ruth,
hats off to them.
It's another busy week.
Yeah, I keep thinking maybe I'll get a chance to relax, and it doesn't happen.
No,
Not this week.
If you stop thinking that, maybe it will.
Yeah,
next
I'll try
week.
that.
Next week, Ruth. Next week. Okay.
Okay, have a good week, folks.
Take care, Ruth.
You too. Bye.
Ruth Epstein from the Republican-American, RAP-AM.com.